Let's start with the simple truth. Your toilet is one of the most used objects in your entire home. More than your dining table. Probably more than your sofa if we are being honest. And yet, it's treated like an afterthought. Unfortunately, we obsess over tiles. We debate faucet finishes for weeks. We argue about warm white versus neutral lighting. And then we install whatever toilet was on discount. But today, we are fixing that. Because modern toilets didn't evolve. They were downgraded. Welcome to the Designerist. I am Seylan, interior designer and architect here in Dubai. In this video, I am going to explain why we need to rethink toilet design from the ground up. Because once you understand how badly most toilets are designed today, you will never look at the bathroom the same way again. But first, I would really appreciate it if you can subscribe and like. It genuinely helps the channel grow and keeps me motivated to bring you more real-life content. So, after your subscription, let's dive in. Part 1. We used to design toilets better. This might surprise you, but older homes, especially in Europe, Japan and the Middle East, often had toilet design that were far better than what we see in many modern homes today. Not better looking, not trendier, simply better in the ways that matter. And the reason is simple. Toilets used to be designed with real intention. They were built around hygiene, comfort, privacy, and longevity. People understood that toilets wasn't just a fixture. It was an essential part of daily life, something you relied on for decades. Today, the priorities have shifted completely. Modern toilets are often designed around cost, installation speed, minimal labor, and the demands of mass production. Instead of asking whether toilets is comfortable or hygienic, we have started asking whether it's cheap or quickly to install. That isn't progress. That's compromise. Part 2. The biggest lie in bathroom design. Here is the biggest lie we have been told. A toilet is just a toilet. No, absolutely not. A toilet is something you interact with every single day. It's an ergonomic object your body has to use. A hygiene tool that affects your health. A medical necessity for many people. A space where privacy matters. And an experience that should feel comfortable, not stressful. And yet, we continue to accept things that makes absolutely no sense. We accept seat heights that are uncomfortable, flushing systems that barely work, toilets that are loud enough for entire house to hear, flimsy plastic seats that feel cheap the moment you sit on them, and layouts that force you into awkward, cramped position. Think about it this way. Imagine you are buying a chair without sitting on them to check if it's comfortable. You would never do that. But with toilets, something we use more frequently than our dining chairs. That's exactly what most people do. Unfortunately, we have normalized the idea that all toilets are the same, when in reality, the design differences can completely change the way your bathroom feels and functions. Part 3. Toilet height. Why most toilets are wrong. Let's talk ergonomics, because this is where most toilets fail. Standard toilets are built to meet basic building codes, not the needs of the human body. And what's allowed is very different from what feels comfortable. Most toilets are simply too low, making sitting and standing difficult, especially for elderly users or anyone with knee, back, or mobility issues. Even healthy adults can feel the strain during longer use. Good toilet design considers real human factors: your height, your knee angle, how easily you can stand up, and how stable you feel. That's why comfort height toilets exist, and why designers should use them far more often. They support a healthier posture and provide better accessibility for everyone. At the end of the day, a toilet should support your body, not work against you. Part 4. Flushing systems. Quiet doesn't mean weak. Let's move on to another major problem in modern toilets: the flushing system. Many cheap toilets rely on physical force, load pressure, fast water release, and inefficient movement inside the bowl. The result is a system that uses more noise than actual performance, often leaving behind incomplete bowl wash and inconsistent cleaning. But good toilets don't work this way. Quality flushing systems use smart engineering, gravity assisted mechanism, smooth internal pathways, rimless bowl design, and control water flow that cleans efficiently without creating a sound explosion. A proper designed toilet should be quiet, but still powerful enough to clean the bowl in a single flush. A well-functioning toilet shouldn't sound like a jet engine every time you use it. It shouldn't require multiple flushes. And it certainly shouldn't splash unpredictably. Just bear in mind, if your toilet regularly needs 2 flushes, that's not normal. It's a sign of poor design, not user error. Quiet and effective flushing is completely possible, just not with the shortcuts taken in most low-cost toilets. Part 5. The rim problems. Let's talk about something nobody really wants to talk about. Traditional toilet rims. The truth is, those rims are a hygienic nightmare. They trap bacteria. They are almost impossible to clean fully. They collect mineral buildup, and over time, they start to smell, no matter how often you clean them. The design itself creates hidden areas where dirt and germs love to live. This is exactly why rimless toilets exist. They are designed to eliminate those hidden pockets, making the entire bowl easier to clean and far more hygienic. They reduce day-to-day maintenance, stay fresher longer, and visually they just look cleaner and more modern. And once you experience a rimless toilet, going back to the traditional rim feels honestly unacceptable. It's one of those upgrades you don't truly appreciate until you have lived it. And then you wonder why all toilets aren't designed this way. Part 6. Wall hung versus floor mounted toilets. This is one of the biggest debates in bathroom design, and of course, for a good reason. Floor mounted toilets are the most common choice because they are cheaper, easier to install, and familiar for both homeowners and contractors. But they also come with drawbacks. They tend to trap dirt around the base. They visually feel heavier in the room, and cleaning around them can be frustrating and awkward. Wall hung toilets, on the other hand, offer much cleaner and more modern look. They allow adjustable height, which can dramatically improve comfort, and they make floor cleaning effortless, since nothing touches the ground. With this, the entire space instantly feels lighter, more spacious, and more intentional. Yes, let's admit that wall-hung toilets require better planning during construction. Yes, they cost more upfront, but in the long run, they are superior, both in hygiene and in overall design clarity. They elevate the bathroom experience in ways you can feel every day. Part 7. Why designers avoid talking about toilets? Let's be honest, toilets aren't glamorous. They don't photograph beautifully. They don't trend on social media. And they are not kind of things magazines love to feature. Because of that, they often get pushed aside in design conversations, as if they are too ordinary or too unappealing to discuss. But the reality is that toilets impact your daily life far more than almost any other objects in your home. You use them constantly, and when you are badly designed, you'll feel it immediately. Believe me, you will feel it physically, hygienically, and sometimes even emotionally. Designers who ignore toilets are choosing aesthetics over real human experience. They are focusing on what looks good in a photo instead of what actually works in everyday life. And honestly, that's lazy design. Part 8. What well-designed toilet actually feels like. A well-designed toilet creates an experience that feels quiet, stable, comfortable, and completely effortless. It's the kind of object you use without even noticing it. And that's exactly the point. You don't shift around trying to find a better position. You don't worry about how loud it will be. You don't have to spend extra time for cleaning or dealing with splashes or residue. Everything simply works the way it should. That's what good design is. When something is designed perfectly, it fades into the background. It disappears from your mind because it never causes friction, only comfort. Part 9. How to choose a better toilet. When you are choosing a toilet, you should be asking yourself a few simple but essential questions. Is the height actually comfortable for you? Does the flushing system work efficiently without being loud or disruptive? Is the bowl rimless so it's easier and more hygienic to clean? Is the seat solid and soft close, or does it feel cheap and flimsy? Does the design fit the scale and the style of your bathroom? Can you clean around it easily? And most importantly, will it still feel good to use years from now? If you can't answer any of those questions, then you are not really choosing a toilet. So, what is the designer's take? Design isn't about what looks good for a 5 seconds on a screen. It's about what works every single day, quietly, reliably, and without frustration. And toilets, of all things, are still one of the most neglected design decisions in modern homes. If this video made you rethink your toilet, good. That's exactly what design education should do. Make you look at the everyday things with a smarter eyes. If you enjoy honest, practical, best design advice, make sure you subscribe to the Designerist. And before you go, tell me in the comments, what do you hate most about the toilets you have used? I will see you in the next one. Until then, design smarter, feel better.